Alright, folks. Before we get started today, smash that like button, drop a comment, and share this video everywhere. Because what we're about to talk about today is exactly why small town power structures absolutely hate independent journalists and citizen watchdogs like myself. You see, when you start asking questions, when you start pulling records, when you start shining a little sunlight on things, suddenly people get real uncomfortable. And around here, we know what they say. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Now, let's rewind for just a second. On February 28th, 2026, I posted a story about an inmate inside the Hill County Jail who reached out with some pretty disturbing allegations. We're talking about things like no hand soap, unsanitary jail conditions, mattresses not being cleaned, medical billing practices draining inmate accounts, phone calls costing 24 cents a minute, and inmates eating basically the same meals over and over. You know, the kind of basic stuff that taxpayer money is supposed to cover in a county jail. Now, instead of anyone actually coming forward and saying, hey, let's look into this, or hey, maybe we should fix these problems. No. What happened next is on March 2nd, 2026, I posted again after discovering something even more interesting. 2 federal lawsuits had been filed in United States District Court against the Hill County Jail over jail conditions. Let me repeat that. Not Facebook rumors, not internet gossip, federal lawsuits. Filed in the United States District Court for the Western District of Texas, Waco Division. Now, when inmates file lawsuits, the federal court screens them. And if they're nonsense, they get thrown out immediately. But instead, the court allowed the case to proceed and ordered the plaintiffs to provide additional statements, which means the court said, okay, there might actually be something here. Now, you would think the reaction from the jail administration would be something like, let's check the conditions. Let's make sure everything is being done correctly. Let's protect the county taxpayers from liability. But apparently, that's not the direction things went. Because now, after posting about the conditions, after posting about the lawsuits, after bringing public awareness to what's happening inside the jail, I have now received a recorded call from inside the Hill County Jail. And according to the inmate on that call, they believe retaliation is now happening because these issues were brought to light. Yeah, instead of fixing the problems, the concern now is punishing the people talking about them. Now, I'm not telling you what to believe, but we're about to play a recorded jail call that came directly from inside the Hill County Jail, and I want you to listen to it. Then you tell me what you think. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear is a recorded call from inside the Hill County Jail after these stories went public. Let's play the call.
I'd like to report a formal complaint concerning the Hill County Law Enforcement Center retaliating behind me filing a grievance, and also not only behind me filing a grievance, but a lawsuit against the sheriff of Hill County. I was placed in solitary confinement this morning for an inmate trying to make a sexual advance or exposure of himself to me. Officers came into the location, and when they got into the location this morning, Officer Shoemate said, y'all get off the arguing, or I'm gonna put y'all in solitary confinement. Officer Penny turned around and said, y'all roll it up, you're going to solitary. I'm now housed in solitary confinement. She told me I would be back here 72 hours for a cool down or whatever. This is not in the rule book, and not only is it not in the rule book, no altercation, no fight was taken out. This was solely about this guy trying to expose himself to me. She just came to the door about 10 minutes ago in solitary 10 saying that they just allow us to put up a string and put up a blanket, that there's no rule that this string of blanket is there to keep from exposure, but everywhere that you go now has a petition to keep you from being exposed to another person's genitals or whatever it is for a sexual action. This was Officer Shoemate that came and reported this to me. Then she, as we were discussing the matter, because I wrote a grievance, she turned back around and says that she's going to write us a disciplinary for disorderly conduct or disturbing the peace or whatever, but there was no warning to say not do this or not do that. We're in jail, so people have arguments, and the argument that I was having was this guy trying to expose himself to me and trying to handle me, and they know that this guy is trying to move around from tank to tank. So what am I supposed to do? Sit back and let this guy just bully me? This guy tried to force me to do something that I don't want to do, and put me in a situation when in all actuality the situation is he says on video with audio from the argument that was in the tank. When the police got there, he was the cause of the situation. He tells them that, but they still place me in solitary confinement. And she says that Lieutenant Hooten told her that she should have wrote me up for disorderly conduct or disturbing the peace or whatever, but there is no such thing in a jailhouse because, she came to me, her and two more officers entered E-Pod 2 section this morning around 7 a.m. Everything is on video with audio, and everything that's said is being said. There's no threat of life, and when they get there, there's no other altercation from me to engage in any conversation with this guy. So once again, this is a force of abusive. This is excessive force by placing me in solitary confinement. Not only placing me in solitary confinement, but they also are writing a disciplinary action for altercation that never took place. And at this point, it's harassment. And I like to report on a formal complaint against the Hillsborough Police Department, Lieutenant Hooten, which I wrote a grievance on the 28th concerning him not giving us soap to wash our hands with in the restroom area.
And just as I was getting ready to record this, I received a message from the inmate's family. According to them, after all of the attention these posts have brought to the Hill County Jail, the inmate has now reportedly been offered a 90-day deal to resolve his case. But here's where things get interesting. The family says he has also been told that if he does not accept that deal, he could be facing up to 25 years in prison over a crime and bond violation that he claims never even happened. Now, let me be very clear here. I am not making that allegation as a proven fact. I'm simply reporting what the inmate's family has told me. But the timing raises some serious questions because these allegations about jail conditions, the lawsuits filed in federal court, and the public attention surrounding this jail are all happening at the same time. And now suddenly, there's pressure to resolve the case quickly. So the question becomes, is this simply part of the normal legal process? Or is there something else going on behind the scenes? That's a question the public deserves answers to. and it's something we will continue to follow very closely. So, buckle up, smash that like button, drop a comment, share this everywhere, follow us on Facebook for real-time updates, because sunlight is coming. And as always, sunlight is the best disinfectant.
Tyranny, corruption, extortion.
Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
BZ Watchdog News Network. BZ Watchdog.